Hey, yo, welcome to the streamo. So primo, beep bop skibbilly dot vimo. So I have a little VTuber pal now. His name, well, it's me. It's me. Hooray! I'm just gonna leave him right here and make him a little smaller. There we go. Don't know how that will look there. Oh, that's really small now. Well, we're gonna fix that now, don't we? There we go. So heyo, this is a thing me and Cosby Daff did once upon a time. We went to a place called Bogleach back in the day that did monster reviews, and that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm gonna update the thing and get a link for Cosmo and other people who might want to come along and you know live their lives. Who am I to tell them that they're wrong? Yeah, I'm Shitty Duke Nukem, and I'm here to remind you to eat your vegetables. This little VTuber friend was made by Squatmate and Robofish, so thank them. Or don't. I'm not their mom. I'm not their dad. I'm not their dad, mom. They're dumb, if you will. Where is the thing? There we go. Altered breasts, if you will. Ho hoy, I'm a child. So I'm just waiting. This is the first enemy you see in the game of the first stage. I think I'll try to go in order of them, or just what I remember because I just played the game. And let's just say Altered Beast is not a very fun video game. And oh, here's a pole. Every pole is a goal. Every hole is a pole. Every mole is something or another. Yes, mate. Yeah, mate. Got me some Ziggy and his mates. Mate, let's open this up. Let's open this up so I can talk about it. So for the first monster in the game, these are the zombies. These are the common variety monsters that show up in stage one, and then later on in other stages there are other varieties of this here Zombobo, Zombaby, if you will, Zombubu, Zambi. That's not what I wanted. Okay, properties, filters, edit filters. None. Okay, mask and blend. Yeah, so these are the common variety of Zombobos of the game, anyways. They are other colors that do other things. The later level zombies, they what's the word I'm looking for? Criminy. Well, before I begin, anyways, before anyone comes here, I went to QuadCon in St. Louis today, which is a nice little toy and game convention. One moment, I'm gonna fix this. And I had a nice time there. I got a Thanos figure and other things. Things you might see later on in your life. Okay. Yes, He-Man. Fiddling with the thing, He-Man. And I'll just leave myself in the blue void. So yeah, these are the most common Zombobos of the game. I don't have much to say about them. They're zombies. Oh boy. Zombies, zombies, they're zombies. That's what I like to call zombies. Oh boy, I accidentally got the wrong folder. One moment while I fix everything. Yay, sir. Now, where was I? Oh, where's the zombies at? Yeah, but in later levels, the zombies... The zombies like to, oh boy, what's the word I'm looking for? The zombies like to, fuck, I got nothing. I'm just waiting for someone to come here and then. Do, 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 do. So yeah, QuadCon was a nice little fun time, but I don't think I'm going to anything other than that for a while now. Anyways, that's just of my humblest of onions. So yeah, these are the basic zombie enemies of the game. In later stages, they fuck, I don't know. I'm just gonna. This stream has become a joke. I'm bad at things. Little self-hating. Yes, that's the one. Mm, mm. Lightning from my hands. Lightning from my hands. Hmm. So these are the basic zombie enemies. I don't have much to say about them. Let's move on to the next Zombobo enemy. I'm going to try to do these in order of their appearance and what I think about them as a person. These are the second kind of zombies that are in stage 1. They shuffle around and bite you on the head. In later stages, they do come in different color varieties. This game tends to like to reuse enemies and color them differently in later stages, and there's like only 4 stages of this game. So there's these fellows, these zombie fellows. They got the big meat bone sticking out of them, and I would describe this game's style as very, I want to say Harryhausen-esque fantasy. Anyways, that's what I think. Not what anyone thinks, anyways, but I get a real Harryhausen feeling from this stream here. Not stream. Enemy, you dingle. Enemy, you dingus. You goof. You joker. You goofus. But I don't really have much to say. I do like the coloring of these, but the rag-like clothing is not so great in my humblest of onions. Anyways, that's just my opinion. And in later areas of the game, they become a lot more vicious and annoying, to say the least, in my opinion. Moving on to the next Zombobo. Oh, wait, no, we're done with the zombies. Oh, wait, no, we're not. We're done. No, where's it? Skip it up, 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 dip up, up, skip up, bip up. There we go. These are what I like to call the ogre zombies. They show up in multiple levels in the first stage and then the third, and I think in the final stage too. I got the different variety colors in this one, but I think the blue ones do less damage than the brown ones, and they really do, yet again, make me think of someone like in a costume or, like a Harryhausen-esque fantasy where they would just, like, get a really buff dude and, like, do some makeup effects, and there you go. Altered Beast. Oh, hey, we've got someone hero. So yeah, these are the ogre zombies. I really do have very little opinion on the ogre zombies. Beyond that, I really do think they're very, like I said, a lot of the monster designs in this game make me think of Harryhausen. Ray Harryhausen, that is. Did you see, the zombies? I could show you the zombies again if you want to. Let's just show them the zombies again, Ted, just to be safe. Here are the zombies. These are the basic enemies. And like I said, these really do make me think of like... Oh, okay, I didn't know if you saw the zombies or not. But they really do make me think of that. Hey, Okazi, how was your day so far? Did you see both of the zombies? Did you see Zombie 1 and 2, Electric Zombie Aloo? Before I move on to the next monsters. Okay, I call these the let me just let me oh, great goodness, good. Yes, that's the quality that we need, Ted. That's the quality you need, Ted. These are the power-up Cerberuses. So in the game, if you if you hit the white ones, they glow. They glow. They flash colors. I couldn't get a picture of them flashing colors. They release the energy orbs. In the Sega Genesis version, they're blue, the blue wolves. And yet again, this makes me think of something like Clash of the Titans. You remember the Cerberus in Clash of the Titans? This is what, yet again, I really do feel like this could have come out of a Harryhausen movie, and it would probably belong in Clash of the Titans. It really does make me think of that Cerberus from Clash of the Titans. Yeah, it's a Cerberus. Yeah, it has two heads. They're conjoined. You can I'm pointing to it on my cursor, but you can't see my cursor now, can you? I'm sorry. Is this working? Can you hear me? Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Yeah, but these appear in every stage of the game, and later on they become real bastards to get a hold of. But you could let me just zoom in. See, look, the eyes I really thought were a nice touch because the eyes are like glowing on the white Cerberi. I thought that was a nice Cerberus, Cerberuses. What's the plural of Cerberus? Is it Cerberuses or Cerberi? Cerberussi. I'm gonna stop now. And I thought that was clever, so that it's also another visual indicator besides the fact that they glow is a one of those interesting little visual indicators that they are the ones that give you the power-up orbs that turn you from Virgin Man to Chad Thundercock Attorney at Law. Okay, where's the next one? One moment, we are experiencing technical difficulties while I get this working. This is the this is the first form that you become in level 1. This is the Wolfman. And I don't really have much to say beyond it really does kind of make me think of a classic like movie monster look, maybe a little bit. As you can see from the detailing, they gave him like I want to say like fur around his crotch area, which I think was an interesting touch. But so I want you to guess what this werewolf's attacks are. What would you think a werewolf, a Greco-Roman werewolf, would do? If you answered the ability to shoot fireballs and then blaze around like a madman, congratulations, you're Sega. You're Sega. But a lot of the transformations in this game make me feel like this could be done in a movie sense. like like with special effects, this could be achieved somewhat easily. Like that, look, this wolf's head, right, makes me think of like a mask or something. Like someone, like a very intricate, maybe animatronic mask that you would see like in an '80s film, and I think they were trying to go for that style. I feel like this could be a dude in a suit, is what I'm saying. That's the feeling I get, anyways. I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on to stage two. These are what I like to call the frog balls. They're frog balls. They're balls that are frogs. So in the level, the frog balls, if you let them, they will attach to you like so. And you can see that there's a vein detailing like on their sack part, which makes them look like like you can see their veins, which I thought was an interesting touch. I like the color of the frog balls. I think the frog balls have a good color. And I didn't get it, but when you hit them, they make a like they cave in on themselves a little bit. And I don't yet again I'm getting a real like '80s movie monster design from them. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're very happy little fellows. And these are the guys in the cave level, and they only show up in the cave level. But I really like the coloring, and you can see they're like they might be more reptilian. Okay, Cosby, is this me? But do they look like sort of like a cousin of the finger monster finger puppets? Because I was getting like a lost relative of the finger monsters. Like maybe this is where the finger monster evolved from. These frog balls. I don't know what their name is in the game, but I just called them the frog ball. The frog ball TM. Oh yeah, I forgot another enemy from stage one. I'm sorry. But these also appear in stage two and other later on stages. This is the gargoyle. So the golden variety is the one that shows up in stage one, and all it does is like to swoop down at you. And yet again, I'm getting a very like classic Halloween feel. Like I could see this guy belong in some sort of abandoned old VHS movie from like the '80s or '70s, harassing teenagers or something. That's just my opinion. And the gray variety likes to come down and swoop at you and kick you, and that's why I took you. He is your favorite so far? Yeah, he's a real good design. He just really gives me this sort of classic monster feel. I like the fact, if you can see it, let me just zoom in. I like the little spade tail that they have. I always thought that was a nice touch. And the beak is very nice. But they become right bastards. So in the game, you can hold up and then attack to do a super jump, which doesn't sound, it's not as useful as it is, actually. It's not useful at all, in fact. But I really do get a classic monster feel from a lot of these designs, and yet again, the gargoyle is one of those. Where is the thing? Where is... Oh yeah, I forgot to show you Neff's first form, too, didn't I? So this is the boss from stage one. So Neff is that bald guy, right? Neff is that bald guy who goes, "Welcome to your doom!" And then he transforms into something. I forgot to show you his first fight form. So, Neff, who has the power to transform into whatever the fuck he wants to, decides to transform into this weird ogre monster for his first fight, right? Like, look at this. This weird giant ogre monster that's like covered in bodies, and you can see they even detailed them a little bit, which I think is a nice touch. Like the flesh mountain that the ogre is either made of or covers itself in. Like, I could see this existing in some, like, weird 80s fantasy movie. Like a gory fantasy movie from the 80s. And I really do like the ogre face. It looks like it has some kind of weird mutton chops or folds of flesh. Now, Neff, in his infinite wisdom, decided that the ogre could just launch its heads at you. So what it does is literally rip its head off, and then they come screaming and falling at you like so. There's Neff ripping his fucking head off because he's a madman. And at the end of every stage, after you beat him, he basically becomes Zordon and takes away your power ups, and then you're back to normal. And I got that for this stage. Also, Neff can shoot lightning from his hands. He just does that when he feels like it. I don't know why he doesn't just shoot lightning at you. Oh no, trust me, that isn't the wackiest thing Neff does. We're gonna get wackier with Neff as the stages go on. This is actually a sensible transformation from this man. Deity, demon, whatever the fuck he is. All I know is he kidnapped Athena. Go fight. Okay, in stage 2, these dragon snakes, as I like to call it, will pop out of the ground with their rattle tails. And yet again, this design really does make me think of like a puppet. Like you could do this practically. But I really do like the head of it because it really does look very this like nice classic serpentine dragon, as you can see. I like the horns and like the tail. And usually the head will go up and then downwards, and they're always accompanied by the frog balls. They're always accompanied by the frog balls, so maybe they're friends with the frog balls, I don't know. But I really do wish these guys returned in other stages because I really do like the dragon snake design, and I kind of wish that they came in another other colors because the game yet again redoes sprites of monsters in different colors in later stages. And I kind of wish the dragon snakes, which are one of my favorite designs of the game, would show up later on. Yeah, I like the patterns. You see the pattern on the snake's body? It's like, I don't know why that's just a nice touch. It's a good touch there. Okay, what's next up? Okay, one moment, one moment. Um, and I really wish that the snakes, the dragon snakes, would show up on screen more. Next up, I actually know this enemy's name, and that's because it shows up in Golden Axe again. This is the Chicken Bazarian. Yes, I know its name. This is the Chicken Bazarian, or the Chicken Walker, as some people refer to as. Now, this reminds me sort of like medieval chimera art. Like I'm getting a very, like, you would see this in an old Bible. Well, you really should sculpt one of these because I would very much like to see it, Cosby. This really does feel like something out of like an old tome that you would find at the library. You know what I mean? Kind of look. And the Chicken Bazarians come in purple and yellow flavor. Eagle beaks on monsters are fun. Yes, agreed. I didn't get the sprite captured, but what they like to do in the game is whack you with their tail, which means they turn around. But the Chicken Bazarians, they die in one hit, and they also show up in the final stage. No, they show up in the cave stage and the other stage later on, which is interesting in my opinion, anyways. Now here comes my favorite transformation of the game, the dragon transformation. This is my favorite, just design-wise, because I really love this dragon's design. I think it's got a nice touch of humanoid and dragonoid. And I think it's got nice details. You can see like those ridges on those necks. See? The neck scales and the frills. It kind of makes me think of Fing Fang Foom a little bit in the face. And the fact that it's a humanoid dragon. Now, can you imagine what this dragon's attacks are? He kind of does look like a Treadmaster's toy. So, the dragon's attacks are my favorite attacks because they're the most useful, and I kind of wish I could just play as the dragon instead of the human or any other of the transformations because I really do like the dragon form a lot. Just design-wise and gameplay-wise. Also, I love the color green. I'm a sucker for the color green. So, the dragon has the ability to shoot lightning out of his arms and have a lightning kick. This is incredibly useful combined with the fact that the dragon can fly. So, he is literally the best transformation, and he is for the second stage. And I really wish that I could just play the dragon. I really like the design. I like how detailed the musculature is. You can see little like spike fins right by its arms too, and I think that's really great. I just like its design. Look at how beautiful it is. Look how perfect it is. God damn it! Why aren't you the protagonist of this game? Now, if you can guess what Neff transforms into this time around, congratulations, you're a fucking wizard or something. So yet again, Neff, he has the power to transform into basically anything. And what does he do with it? Oh yeah, I actually captured Neff. There he is. That's in his human form. That's right, he becomes a plant that shoots eyeballs. Now, this is giving me like 1950s sci-fi vibes. Like, I'm getting a lot of, like, this would be at home on some sort of science fiction show or movie or book in the 1950s. I didn't capture the sprite when he closes, but you get the idea. I really like the texturing on the veins. I don't know why video games think that. That's a question I don't got an answer to. You can see the texturing on the vines, which I think is really nice. It looks like veins almost. And I like the flowers that are around it. I think those details. Also, you can see the vines underneath the ground, which I think is a nice touch. This is probably the easiest boss, actually, to cheese, because all you have to do is get close to him and electric kick him to death. And it's actually very easy to do. He's incredibly easy to cheese, this eyeball boss. But yet again, I'm getting like a Triffid or a, what's the word I'm looking for? 50s violence or Mibe. And I really don't care for Neff's human form. It's just a bald, muscular dude. But I really like this plant design. It's probably my favorite boss design besides the final boss. I think this might be my favorite boss design, or maybe it's the final boss. I haven't really decided yet. I think I just like this design. Okay, now for the dumbest enemy of this game. Absolutely the worst enemy of this game. I give you Suggestive Wasp. Suggestive Wasp is also awful. You could tell why I called it Suggestive Wasp. Sega, why did you give the wasp humanoid stinger right there? Why does it look like its cock? Sega, answer me these questions. I do like the coloring and the big eyes. Yet again, this makes me think of something out of like a Flash Gordon serial or like a Pulp Fiction magazine. Yeah, but you can see it has legs. It's humanoid, and it runs at you at the speed of fuck. in the game. These enemies run real fast at you, and you gotta punch them. Punch them! See? They're underneath the rock there. I really couldn't get a good picture of it with its legs on, but as you can see, it has legs and it runs at you at the speed of fuck. This is my least favorite stage of the game, mainly because of the transformation you get in this stage is utterly fucking useless, and I hate it. The stage 3 transformation is just the worst. I don't like it design-wise, and I don't like it gameplay-wise. I just think it's the laziest one out of this. Well, no, it's not the laziest one. That'll come later, the laziest one. And you'll see, and you'll understand why I think it's lazy, but yet again, this is giving me, like, pulp science fiction vibes, just because of, the way the suggestive wasp looks. Where is it? Suggestive wasp. Luckily, this stage doesn't have a lot of new monsters. It reuses a lot of them. You see the zombies again. You see a few other monsters, but nothing really new. This is the turtle snail. That's what I call it. It's a turtle. It's a snail. This is the slowest enemy in the game. And when you hit it, it goes underneath its shell and tries to, like, jump towards you. I really do think this design makes me think of, yet again, of sort of like a B movie or like the mascot for some sort of weird children's program because it's kind of a cute friend. The yellow ones show up in later stages too, and the yellow one is slightly faster than his blue counterpart. But besides that, I think he takes more hits. At that point in the game, I was just not having fun anymore. Literally, after stage 3, the game goes, okay, fuck you, you've had your fun. Now give us your goddamn money. I'm sorry. I apologize greatly on behalf of the British Podcasting Network. But, as you can see, he kind of has weird vein detailing, which I assume is like some kind of mucus membranes or some sort of like ooze on it, and I think that's a nice touch. Also, I like how the shell of the turtle snail is actually some kind of boulder or a rock. I think that's neat. I think that's super cool. Yeah, but I think that's like some sort of mucus, or you can see its veins. You know, if it wasn't for that, I could totally see this being some sort of like cutesy mascot character for some sort of weird sci-fi series from the 50s. But turtle snail is a good design overall. Now, I want you to think, what on earth could our protagonist transform to in this stage? What in goodness could the transforming man become? I want you to take a guess, Cosby, before I show you. What animal do you think he transforms to on stage 3? If you guess it, I don't know, I'll sing you a song. Okay. I'll guess I'm not singing you a song now. I'm sorry. The answer was a bear, by the way. So here's the bear transformation. It's just a bear. It's a normal-ass bear. It doesn't look like a werebear or anything. In the close-up segments, it just looks like a bear. And while playing the game, the bear will stand up and becomes a werebear. Yet again, this makes me think of like a guy in a suit sort of deal when it comes to like the transformations. I get a real guy in a suit feel. This is my least favorite transformation design-wise because it's just a humanoid bear. It's just a humanoid bear. Doesn't look all that impressive. It isn't really interesting compared to the dragon, in my opinion, which is maybe my favorite transformation of the game. Now, in the game, the bear has the ability, and this is a gameplay feature of the bear. The bear's main attack is fucking awful. The bear's main attack turns enemies into stone, which you think would be useful, but because it's so fucking slow, it turns out to be pretty fucking useless. And here's the bear turning some of the ogres into stone. Every enemy in this area has a unique stone sprite that I just couldn't get, but here's the zombie ogres turning to stone, and this attack is not useful at all. I don't care for this design. It's just a bear, in my opinion. Overall, this is my least favorite transformation. It just looks like a bear. Nothing special. Now, Neff, in his infinite wisdom, becomes something utterly fucking ridiculous yet again. I give you the dragon snail! So, Neff, I don't know how to say this, but I do not like the dragon snail. You can see that it's covered in, like, its eggs or something. And I wonder what the bumps are on the shell there. Like, look, see what I mean? It has weird, like, egg bumps or, like, cocooning or something on its bottom. And this just leaves me with more questions than answers. And you can't really see the dragon snail extend its neck there, but it extends its neck when you hit it. And the dragon snail summons these fireballs right here. That's the shooting fireballs. And these weird green, like, plasma amoeba things that I don't know how to describe. Now, this is a very unique looking boss, but I don't know if I like this design because it's very stationary, you know what I mean? I didn't like this boss's design. It's weird looking. And when you hit it, it's this like thing right there. It's like sack extends. But you can notice that the shell kind of makes me think that this is some sort of like worm dragon. I don't know. Neff is weird. Neff is weird. Neff has the power to transform into basically anything, and he does the stupidest things. But you can notice the fins on the dragon snail there, which I thought was a nice touch. But this makes me think it's like some kind of worm or snake. Maybe it's related to the snake dragons, and that it's just hiding in this ancient prehistoric shell or something. That's the vibe I get from this monster here. That's the vibe, anyways. Now, the other stages really don't have any unique monsters, but this is the unique monster that shows up in Stage 4. Yeah, Stage 4 has the least amount of interesting monsters. It has mainly zombie recolors and recolors of other enemies that show up. But this might be my personal favorite monster of the game, the Flying Hammer Demons. I just love this design. I This design really screams like classic fantasy to me. It makes me think of like, I don't know. I just get a really I like the blending of like the Greco-Roman like clothing it has. Its colors I like, the fact that it has multiple arms, its big fuck you hammer. So these guys like to well, they come at you and they thwack you with your hammer real good. And you can't really do much about flying enemies in this game. But I really love the coloring scheme, and as you can see, he's got like little Greco-Roman sandals. Let me make this bigger so you can see. See? Look, I thought that was just a nice detail. And I love the extra arms that come out of it. Like, this is just one of my favorite. This might be my favorite monster design in all the games. Because this doesn't feel like a man in a suit. This feels like, yet again, it feels like a Harryhausen monster or like a stop animation creature of some sort. Like I could imagine this little stop motion fucker just dropping in and hammering people, and he's great. Uh, he shows up in the final stage, but he's only a slightly. He's I don't remember if he's a different color in the final stage. I really like this purple and gold color scheme. It's appealing to my eyes, and I really like his big fuck you hammer. Like, look how big his hammer is. It's great. Just chef's kiss. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop now. Um, this is, and you can see that they reused the wings from the gargoyle sprite. See, you can tell they reused the sprite, gargoyle sprite. Anyways, that's what I think. Okay. Now it's time for Neff's dumb form of the day. Yet again, this was the only unique monster from that area of the game. Neff, in his infinite wisdom, decides to become a fucking floating crocodile. That's right, he floats up and down, and he summons these energy lava spears from him, from his belly. I really like he shoots these fireballs out of his gut. He shoots his fireballs out of his guts. I really like this crocodile design. It looks very dinosaurian to me, a little bit. Like if some kid was told, "Hey, draw a dinosaur," and they might come up with a design similar to this. Also, it's the first boss that actually moves, even if it's just up and down. Oh yeah, I will also show you the transformation from this stage. Blood spikes on the way. I don't know. Also, he summons a miniature version of the dragon from stage 2 out of his mouth as like a fire attack, as you can clearly see. And I thought that was really neat. And there's the fireballs that he shoots out of him. Now, I really like the fact that they reused the dragon sprite. Like, they knew that design was going to be cool, and they decided to reuse it in a later stage as like a fire dragon. So he opens up his mouth and then shoots the fire dragon at you sometimes. Sadly, I can't say I like the transformation of this stage at all. It's just a Tiger Man. It's just a Tiger Man. See? It just looks like a guy with a tiger mask on. This just makes me think yet again the were tiger is just a recycling of the werewolf, and I get a real man in suit vibe from this. But the were tiger, as you can see, is gold. I kind of like the striping details because it makes it feel less like a man in a suit, even though I feel like this could be achieved with like a costume and maybe some makeup effects. I get a real, like I said, man in suit vibe. And here's the tiger's attack. I managed to actually get it. So the tiger shoots these energy balls from his hand, because of course he does. What else would a were-tiger do besides shoot energy balls out of his hands? Oh, trust me. We're going to get to the werewolf again, sadly. I'm sorry. Design... The monsters... They reuse a lot of sprites, is all I'm going to say. But yeah, overall, not a good one. Now we're on to the final stage of the game. Yes, we're at the final stage already. Let me find the final stage enemies. Here are the first enemies of the final stage. These are these goat satyr men. They like to come up at you and punch you, as you can clearly see. And yet again, I get a real, like, I want to say, like, man in suit or creature effect vibes from them. Yeah, they do got a boxing stance on them. These guys, the best way to deal with them is give them a swift kick, and it looks like you kicked them in their nuts, which I wish I captured, but I didn't while gameplaying, because it looks like you kicked them straight in their hojos. You can tell they have little tails, and you can even see their little cloven feet. Let me zoom in on the cloven feet. See, I like the detailing. I wish these guys showed up earlier, but they don't. You know, the cloven hooves are nice, though. I really like that. Yet again, this fits the overall, like, Greco-Roman theme that the game had at the beginning that kind of lost its way. Next up is the Boar Man. This guy likes to spin his tonfas around, and yet again, I'm getting a real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibe from him. Like Bebop, if he got fucking really jacked, like massively jacked. Like he's gonna stop those turtles, whatever he can do. So he decides to get just ripped beyond reason. And here you can see they even wear like golden little leg bracelets, right? Which I think is a nice touch. The gold stands out. Like they're wearing like gold gloves. Yet again, this feels like something that could realistically exist within Greco-Roman mythology. Like if you told me, oh yeah, this is a monster from there. Yeah, that is weird. But I think Sega did that to, differentiate him. I kind of wish, yet again, this monster showed up earlier. Also, you can see the fish thing. That'll come up soon, but the boar man usually has a partner, which I like to call the landfish, which is a landfish. I will now show you the landfish. The landfish. This is the landfish. It's a landfish, all right. So what it likes to do is curl up into its ball and like roll at you like freaking Sonic the Hedgehog. I really like the detailing on the shell. It makes me think of like a roly-poly or like a pill bug a bit. That's just my opinion, I'm sorry. And it's really weird that all of these like monsters are like I could see exist with special effects, but I don't know how you would do the landfish. Yeah, it's got a realistically weird face. And I like how the fin is on the shell also becomes the spines, and it's defensive / attack mode. These guys are like really just annoying, but by this stage of the game, everything is absolutely annoying, and it's designed to steal your money. I'm super glad this game only had a few stages, because it gets bullshit real quick. And you usually see the landfish paired with the boarmen, so I like to imagine that they're friends. The landfish and boarmen are friends in Neff's army of weirdos that he is commanding over. And then we have the final monster, which I actually know the name of because I remember the monster's name from the Sega Genesis instruction booklets. This is called the Dark Unicorn. And he's fucking fabulous. Look at him! He's just a big, muscular unicorn man. He's what every brony ever wants. So these guys like to jump kick you. This muscular motherfucker loves to jump kick you. And I don't get why he's only wearing shoulder pads and nothing else. Unicorn man, you confuse me. Why are you wearing only shoulder pads? I think that's very long hair. He has very long hair. I didn't get it, but when you kick him, his hair kind of spikes up a little bit. And this is the like the jump kicking. I kind of wish yet again he showed up in earlier stages because this is a good design in my opinion. I could see like he kind of makes me think of like a reverse centaur, you know, like because this is like supposed to be more of a Greco-Roman fantasy themed game, so him being a reverse centaur is kind of interesting. And again, he shares the no clothing, well, weird clothing. And I like the horn is also the color of his arm pads. I really wish they gave them all more clothing that fit the Greco-Roman theme. And nice detailing on the hooves there. So overall, I like this design, but yeah. Okay. Would you like to see Neff's final form first? Or would you like to see the final transformation? I'll let you decide. You get to pick what we get to see last. Do you want to see... You want to see the transformation? Okay. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. One moment, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to take Oliver outside. He had to go pee. Okay, now for the final transformation, which I consider absolutely lazy. That's right, it's the fucking werewolf again. They just repainted the werewolf gold, which I like to call Disco Werewolf. Or Disco Mode. It's just the werewolf again, but gold. Okay, spoilers for the ending. At the end of the game, the werewolf saves Athena. And it's implied that he becomes a god! So, yeah. Thanks for the eternal life, Zeus. How do I become not a werewolf again? Now, would you like a spoilers for the ending of the game that differs from the Sega Genesis game that I'm going to mention, or would you like to play the Sega Genesis game, which has a different ending to this? Okay, so at the end of this game, it's revealed to be a fucking movie. These are all actors, these are all people in suits, they're all puppets. It's a fucking movie. That's the different. That's the arcade ending. They cut that out of the Sega Genesis version. The Sega Genesis version, the disco werewolf guy just becomes a god in the end. Congratulations, you're god now, I guess. You saved Athena. You get to have eternal life. But no, in the arcade version, it's a fucking movie. All of these are puppets. All of these are costumes. Okay, Sega. It's great, Sega. But Disco Werewolf, I consider to be incredibly lazy, design-wise. It's just the werewolf again, but gold. And he's disco. He's a disco werewolf. That's why I call him that. I'm sorry. My throat hurts. My throat hurts. My throat hurts. One moment. Oh, hey, Cosby, I have a poll here. Let me get it for you. And you can vote on it. Or not. I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I'm not your dad, Mom. Your dom, if you will. One moment, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. There we go. Now for the final Neff transformation. Okay, I want you to guess. Out of all the weird, wacky bullshit that Neff transforms to, what do you think he transforms to at the end? Go ahead. Make a guess. You already know what it is? Okay, then I'll just show it to you. He becomes a fucking Rhino Man. Yet again, I'm getting real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibes from this design. Out of all the weird bullshit the Neff has become, he decided, fuck you, I'm a Rhino Man now. I like the golden armor he wears, but I wish that he wore more. And you could tell that he's these like weird stone statues of like people like in pain and suffering in his like backdrop of this boss area. But as far as boss designs go, this is very boring, right? You know, compared to the other weird bullshit that Neff becomes. And I kind of wish that the final boss was a little bit better. But he does like charge at you. He'll charge at you and try to like hit you with his tusks, which I think is an interesting thing. But that's Neff, the man who can become anything, and he kidnapped a god for some reason. We never find out why, but it doesn't matter. It's a fucking movie. Who cares? So it doesn't matter. So overall, I think Sega kind of just the ball on this game. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. But yeah, that's Neff's final form in the arcade version. The Sega Genesis version, the monsters basically look the same but with less detailing, so it doesn't really matter. Overall, eh. I much prefer Alien Syndrome's wackety schmackety dooness. So Cosby, I have a question for you. Um, if I do one of these again, would you like an arcade game or would you like a console game? I'll let you decide. You know, what you want me to do before we, sign off on whatever this here stream has been. Kids with guns. Kids with guns. Taking over. It won't be long. Okay, fair enough. I'd like to thank you for coming. It means a lot to me that people come to these streams, even if it's just a little bit, Like I said, it really does mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that I'm friends with you, Cosby. I really am. I try not to be. I'm just thankful I'm friends with a cool artist. Anyways, let's sign ourselves off on the Ugandan national anthem, because I think it's funny. For I am a child. The little Xolta VTuber is by RoboFish and Squatmate. So, thank you. I'd like to thank you and the fine people of Uganda. That's it. Goodbye, JoJo's. Goodbye, JoJo's.